The peacock's beautiful feathers are an evolutionary adaptation to attract mates and intimidate rivals. In nature, peacocks don't just wake up one day and find themselves with these gorgeous, elaborate feathers. Their beauty is actually the result of a very specific evolutionary process. You see, peacocks are part of a group of birds called Phasianidae, which also includes chickens, turkeys, and quails. Now, while these birds may not have the same striking appearance as peacocks, they do share some common features. All the birds in this family have a central elongated body feather that grows from their rump, also known as the tail covert. And the male birds tend to have longer, more colorful tail coverts than their female counterparts. But peacocks take things to the next level. The males sport the longest tail coverts in the whole Phasianidae family, with some individuals boasting tails that are over 6 feet long. But why? Why do peacocks have such long, extravagant tails? To answer that question, we have to look at how these magnificent birds evolved. The ancestors of modern peacocks were jungle fowl that lived in the forests of Southeast Asia about 200 million years ago. These ancient birds were small, drab, and most likely very good at camouflaging themselves in the trees. As the forest changed and the climate cooled, the jungle fowls split into 2 groups. Some stayed in the south where it was still nice and warm, and others flew north to take advantage of new feeding opportunities. The northern jungle fowl quickly adapted to their new environment and developed larger bodies and brighter colors to help them stand out against the snowy backdrop. This was likely an adaptation to attract mates, since the birds were no longer camouflaged. Over time, these northern jungle fowl evolved into what we know today as peacocks. But why did they evolve such long, extravagant tails? To answer that question, we only have to look at other peacocks. In nature, peacocks live in groups with several males for every single female. This means that the males must compete with each other to attract the attention of the females. The brighter and more elaborate a peacock's feathers, the more attractive it is to the ladies. But there's a catch. Peacocks can only be so big. If they get too large, they won't be able to fly and will be easy targets for predators. So peacocks evolved to only display their beautiful feathers during mating season. The rest of the year, their tails are tucked under their bodies, keeping them safe from predators. But peacocks don't just use their tails to attract mates. They also use them to intimidate their rivals. When two peacocks meet, they often engage in a ritualized dance where they shake their tails back and forth to impress the females and scare off the competition. The larger the angle between 2 peacocks' tails, the more intense the message they send to their rivals. Basically, the bigger the peacock's tail, the more successful it is at finding mates. However, there is a cost to having such a flashy appendage. Peacocks with larger tails require more food to fuel their energy-intensive displays. And if food is scarce, peacocks with smaller tails have a better chance of surviving. This is why peacocks typically only grow the largest tails possible, when there is plenty of food to go around. Now that you know why peacocks have such beautiful feathers, let me know in the comments below if you want to learn more about the evolution of animals. I make videos about the amazing adaptations of the natural world. Thanks for watching. See ya.